Hello everybody, Laguna Bardwell back here for a PS4 playthrough. I have woken up in the middle of a very bright desert. I can literally see not literally because it's digital, but I can see the steam coming up off of the ground. Probably definitely gonna have some mirages in this game. Hopefully it does, because that'd be a really cool aspect to have. But we are going to have fun exploring this vast desert scape known as that game company's Journey. Those look like electrical plugs. I'm not gonna lie, those look like electrical plugs. Yeah, we're gonna have fun and we're gonna see what we can do. Now, apparently, that stream of light is going to be me. Or maybe not. Who knows? Let's have a look and we'll see. So I have woken up in the middle of a desert, and I have nowhere to go except for, well, pretty much up to that hilltop over in the distance. Can't even jump, can't even crouch. Ooh, I can symbol. What does that even mean? 4 dots and 6 lines. Dot, dot, line, line, spiders crawling up the spine? Who knows? All I know is, if I have hyperthermia, not hyperthermia, chances are I can probably feel some cold chills on that side of things too. But we're going to have some fun and we're going to explore this desert. We're going to see what we can find and what we can do. If we can do anything, that is. So we're coming up to the hilltop. I got a little bit of a reminiscence of Final Fantasy X going on here, because when you see the Xanarkand, when all your characters are around the fire pit, and it's like, this is my story. This is our last chance. Like that whole spiel at the beginning of the game that you come back to later. It's kind of got that kind of feeling to it, except there's no weapons. But Journey. Obviously from my character standing on this mountaintop, and the words Journey across the sky, I need to walk toward that mountain. And now I'm getting kind of vibes of a Keyblade graveyard, so hooray. I've been playing way too many Square Enix games. But that is okay, because Square Enix games are awesome, and so far I am finding this game to be quite beautiful. And who cares if a game draws inspiration from another game? Everything is pretty much a repeat of everything before it. Even Harvest Moon, for example, all the games are stemming from the previous Harvest Moon games. Stardew Valley was inspired by Harvest Moon. A lot of people draw comparisons between Legend of Dragoon and Final Fantasy VII, but I just think they just want to compare to Final Fantasy VII. We're just going to go straight ahead and see what we can climb. Now, this kind of looks like almost an old palace that you'd find like in Persia or India, somewhere over in the Middle East. It's got that kind of architecture to it, especially with those jagged archways. Not really something that you'd find over in North America, which is kind of a fun point to make, I guess is the word. But hello there, ribbon floaties. Okay, so I picked up a symbol, or the symbol has flown into me, and now I have a bit of a scarf. And these cloth creatures have textured the scarf. Oh, cool, allow me to jump. So I can jump in this game. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. Now the mountain's over there. I see nothing to the west. I'm assuming this is west. Maybe the mountain's south, who knows. But over to the east, I see something really far in the distance. A really, really old building. So we're going to do everything we can to explore away from the mountain in the meantime. So we'll see how that goes. Whee! Jumping is pretty fun in this game. Cool. Cool. It kind of sucks that your jump doesn't recharge, because you kind of go faster when you're jumping. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll see what we can find. I can't help but wonder, are these gravestones or are these markers? I'm assuming they're gravestones. Like, it must be in a graveyard of sorts. I'm really hoping there's some history in this game as well. I've turned off all notifications, by the way. By doing that, I'm hoping I can focus more actively on the game instead of like the friend requests, because I help boost on the PlayStation trophies a lot as well. So what do we got here? Press circle to hold. Oh, I can burst. Cool. Oh, not I can burst, but yeah, you know. So from what I'm seeing here, there must be like sleep. Oh wait, yeah, this is a graveyard. So this is where all of the previous, I guess Jawas you'd call them if you were in Star Wars. I guess they're all laying to rest in this desert. Why? I have no clue. All I know is I woke up here with no map, no direction, and I have to go on a little bit of a journey. Pun intended. That's a really buried thing. I can't help but wonder though, is this all sand? Or is there dirt underneath of the sand? Like, is this just like a barren wasteland that got filled up with sand as the world got hotter and warmer? Or did they actually just get buried under sand? Because that wouldn't really be a secure grave, if you will. Now, what do we got going on down here? So I'm assuming this is the symbol that I picked up. Which means if we look at this from right to left, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to remember these numbers. So 1, 3, 4, 3, 4, 4. 1, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4. Cool. So yeah, we're going to pop up this symbol. So there's 4 dots and 6 lines. We'll pick this up. Maybe that'll change the symbol above my head. Who knows? I could certainly hope so, because it's really cool to see... No, still 4 and 6. So there's not really too much going on the symbol side of things. I'm assuming I can use that later on. Like maybe there's like an ally I can lead or something like that, like an NPC or something. Although without arms, I really hope there's no battle in this game. Because if there's battle and I have no weapons to fight with, I am effed. Maybe I'll grow arms. Maybe the scarf is my weapon. We'll see. Oh, cool. There's another symbol. I was just looking for an entryway into this thing. Nothing on this level. Nothing on this level. Cool. And it looks like all of these, they should be open eventually. But right now they're locked, so that's fun. That's okay though. We'll have a chance to maneuver about and see what we can do later. We'll come back to this place. Doesn't look like a whole lot much else though. Everything's kind of locked down. What's on top of it though? A couple of cloth pieces. Oh! Wants me to hold circle. Oh cool, I can... Okay. So just like the murals, we can unlock cloth things. Cool. So this is actually an interesting start. I've unlocked some cloth creatures. That's kind of look like fish, honestly. They're like cloth fish. And they kind of rely on the wind to move around. So I'm just going to call them the wind fish and go with the whole Zelda Link's Awakening reference. So interestingly enough, though, based on this, I've gotten all 3 of the symbols in this level. So we've deciphered what that thing on the side was. That's a symbol tracker. So we should be able to come back to that later, and we'll see what happens on that. Who knows? I certainly don't. But I am now in what looks like Family Guy's Purgatory. Pure white screen, a shadow looming over me, and a mountain in the distance. There's not much else to say, except for it's a really bright screen. Blinded. Oh, okay. Some history going on here. Okay, so there's a lot of symbols in the sky. Those are like the symbols that I was picking up, which is kind of cool. So I'm assuming those symbols that I'm picking up are actually like star drops or something. No idea what those birds are, or the the flowers. And those ones are the same creatures that I am. So I'm guessing... Oh yeah, so these symbols grow the cloth. That would be the cloth there with the grass around it. But it looks kind of like the... it's not sand. It looks like it should actually have been dirt. Because otherwise, you know... The short grass probably wouldn't be there either. Or any grass, because what grass would really get nutrients from sand? But I do see some... Oh! Okay. There is somebody at the end of that hallway. Hopefully I can catch up to... Oh, don't run! Don't! Ooh. Okay. I'm good. Maybe he will show up in the next level. And maybe then I'll have another experience. I'm just going to tilt this down just a little bit. There we go. So I've come to a giant bridge. You know, something about waking up in the middle of a desert that just screams discomfort. Maybe, like, am I red because I'm sunburned, or am I supposed to be white like those other guys? Who knows? Whee! I do see some symbols. I see one over here. I saw one over on the ledge. I just gotta find the third symbol now. We'll just go around the perimeter until we find it. Unfortunately, though, I ran out of my jumps, so we'll see what we can do on that side of things. There we go. So nothing on the perimeter here. Oop, I see some cloth I can I want to say unravel, but I don't think it was raveled to me. Oh, there's a computer running over there, I'm pretty sure. Hey, computer. Nice to see you. Please don't stand and wait for me. I'm not gonna come over there. I wonder if that's the same guy that was in the doorway in the previous level. Let's see. There are some ripples happening in the sand here, which is kind of weird. It feels like there's like a giant whale or something underneath there about to attack, and that's kind of making me a little bit uncomfortable. But we have some more cloth, apparently. And I can't help but wonder, what is this cloth going to do? Basically, it just kind of revitalizes my cloth here. Oh, I see something behind that waterfall. That nice cave that's... Oh, yeah. There's the spot right there. Got some more cloth I need to open up, I guess, is the word. You a human, or... I can sit? Ooh, I can sit. Oh, you disappeared. Okay. Maybe it's the ghost of, like, different players that have been here before, because he didn't really do anything. Let's see. So that's interesting. That's a lot of little cloth creatures coming out of that. That is intense. That's a little too intense. Okay. So the bigger claws open the bridge up. Cool. That's not too bad. I could have swore I saw that other... Hey, guy. Cool. What do you need? I'm gonna start opening this shit up. Stuff up. I have no idea what this guy wants, but he keeps following me. I think these are actually players now, because he's... Or maybe he is still an NPC. Who knows? Because this is a little too chaotic for him to be an NPC. But it's also... He's not doing anything, except for symboling. If that makes sense. See, I can symbolize. What's in here? So this mural shows of an ancient city that was probably once on this sand dune, I guess you call it. Which isn't too bad. Because, I mean, I can see the ancient city here as well. I mean, there's the bridge. There's another bridge. For all I know, this could have been Xanarkand. It's probably not Xanarkand. It's not a Square Enix game. I should probably stop making Final Fantasy X references. I don't know what you want from me, guy. But you're following me, so that's gotta be something I'm doing right. Man, what are you doing? Let's see what I can do. Man, I don't know about you, but I've got a lot of cloth on my neck. You've not been collecting the star drops. I say star drops, but realistically it's just symbols in general. Okay, I don't know where he's leading me. I really don't. It's just... He's getting a little ridiculous. I'm going to see if I can get up here and stop him from... Did I land up top? Probably not. I don't even know where I am anymore. This desert has got me all kinds of effed up. Cool. So it looks like we've restored the bridge, which is not terrible, but not, you know, not exciting. It's terribly unexciting, honestly. But that's okay. Because we can just run through. Ooh. My rabbit just looked at me and yawned. That is really creepy looking. Like, eh. Hey, dude. Come on, wait back up for me. You silly NPC. I'm assuming it's an NPC. Maybe it is other players. I don't know. I haven't quite learned the ins and outs of the game yet. But if it is another player, how would matchmaking even work? Because everyone has different levels of progress. Just gonna crack open some iced tea here. Okay. So the shadow must be like a ghost of me. Ooh, the ghost of me. That would be a really good song name. Good song title. Sorry. Got a little distracted on that one. Cool. Okay, so that's the previous... So each of these visions unlocks a new... Oh! So every time I finish a level, this actually just shows the progress that I just made. So in this case, I've climbed the bridge to get to the pedestal. And now I'm going to go sliding down a passageway into a tunnel... Maybe. Or I'm taking a giant train. Ooh, that's bright. Woo! Really bright, vivid imagery in this game, which is it's really good to see. Because I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil and Silent Hill recently, which is a lot of darker... Or not Resident Evil. I haven't opened up Resident Evil yet. What was the other one? It's a horror game. Bloodborne. Bloodborne. Not the same at all. How did I make that comparison? But seeing this kind of vivid imagery is actually kind of nice because I can use with some color in my life. Really can. Even my tattoos are like dark black. Except for the one spot of red. Cool, so we're starting the level together. Which is good. That means I've got an ally with me for the journey. I wonder if we can pick up more allies as we go along. That would be pretty cool. Now, that mountain has a star coming out from it. I'm pretty sure that star at the very beginning was me starting the game. So now I'm kind of curious, what exactly is this? Am I stuck in an endless time loop? Am I stuck on an endless pilgrim's journey that I will never escape from? What would be the circumstance on that? That is the real question. Or am I just kind of coming back here to help other people on their journeys? What exactly is the true nature of this game? Maybe this is actually like a survival purgatory hell game. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of room for interpretation on this. Now, that was the mountain, and I came in on the west side, so I'm going to go to the east side again. And we'll see what we can find. Now, these dunes kind of go on for eternity. Which isn't a terrible thing, but I'm probably going to get lost. Now, I've heard that in the far east, there are... Where'd the other guy go? Ooh, temple. Yeah, I heard that in the far east there was temples. I didn't think it would be this kind of temple, though. I thought it would be like a Buddhist monastery with lots of forests, lots of rivers, mountains, greenery. This is kind of desolate. Maybe this is like my spirit at the end of the world. Who knows? Because I certainly do not. Oh, man, this is... I need to take just a second here and just appreciate the pure beauty that is this. This is gorgeous. You can see the sun reflecting off of almost every sand particle in this friggin'... It's phenomenal. And like, I never use the word phenomenal unless I really find something great. So you know I mean it. Not entirely sure what the symbols are doing up here. Still 4 and 6 lines. What is that symbol and what does it mean? Hey guy, glad to see that you can join me. Your scarf got bigger though. Do you find more symbols without me? Not sure. But let's have a look over this mountain. Because I think we've gone as far east as we can on this case. These rocks are probably like the boundary of the world or something. Oh no, you went on the other side of the rocks. Okay. Let's at least see what's up here. Oh, I think it is the edge of the map because I see a pretty steep drop off after that second hill. So, Flat Earth theory has now been confirmed, and we are currently living on a very flat Earth. What's this? Okay, so I think I know what this is. That game company tends to put a lot of tributes to previous games or homages in. Just like, or not that game company, Pixar does, and I think that game company did the same thing. So that flower, I'm pretty sure that's the same flower design from the game Flower. Also by that game company. I don't know if you want me to sit and meditate with you, or do you want some extra ribbon power? Oh yeah, there you go. That's the stuff. It's the stuff dreams are made of. So we'll unleash the demon here. Demon. Let's see, what's up this hill? I'll go between the two hills so I can see over top of them both. This is the fun part about exploring games. I really love looking around and exploring everything I possibly can. What do we got going on? So there's nothing there. That's where I came from. But I do see a ribbon floating in the wind. So we'll go to that ribbon that's floating. Because there's also what looks to be a mural. Something that'll indicate something about the history of this world. And I really want to figure out what happened in this world, because this is kind of... It's like playing Unravel, you kind of want to know everything. So this mural here tells of what looks like the people ascending and becoming birds. So that's going to be fun to do. I hope I get to fly. I really do. Because it would be really nice. Oh, wait. Are these the birds? The kite things? So, do people, or do us creatures turn into these creatures, is my real question. Hey, you. Let's see what we got going on. Let me guess. These will propel me up. Oh, yes. Just like Josh Groban, you raised me up. Not like in a sexual way, but you know. He's the one who sang that really popular song a few years back that you raise me up so I can stand on mountains. Yeah, so that's Josh Groban. If you haven't heard of him, I don't blame you. He's not outdated, just he's from a while back. But yeah, it's not a bad game so far. It's kind of dry though. Like, there's really not much in here. So I got 1, 2 symbols. I need to look around and find 2 more. So what's this? Another mural. What does this one say? So these guys are underground, but they're not dead. They're on shelves. But there's birds in the sky as well, so like, Nothing over this ridge. Really want to find another symbol. Hey man, get back here. It's really interesting to see the amount of non-story they've put into this game. Yes, I know you're running off into the sunset. Oh, but there is something over there. Hey, guy. Glad to see you returned. Did I just get that? Not yet. There we go. Cool, we have another symbol. Or a star drop, as I like to call them. Because honestly, it feels like they are star drops. Or they're the spirits. Because these things here up in the mountain, those orbs that kept floating down, those really look like the symbols that were on the wall. Or not on the wall, but on the... Yeah, on the wall. And I see the fourth symbol in the distance way over there on the top of that tower. So let's go to the top of that tower and we'll see what happens next. I have no idea who this guy is. He is obviously not a computer at this point because he's been running off to the distance but also coming back to see me. So it's confirmed. This is an actual player. I have not privately matched with anybody, but somehow I have been matched with. The real question, though, that I have is how does matchmaking work in this game now? Because, for example, if I had all those ribbon creatures released and somebody joins my game, does that mean that they automatically have all the ribbon creatures released, or... Ooh, Jesus. Ooh. My chair unclipped. There we go. There we go. Now, some machina or machina or whatever you want to call them. Machinima. Let's see. We have a tower to climb. I think this is the tower that had the symbol on it. I don't see any other ones. Unless I can jump over there and get to other towers. But I really doubt it from the looks of the sandstorm here. But that's okay. We'll, hop over and... Oh, there it is. There it is. Cool. So this was the level that had 4. So 3, 4... 3, 4, 4, 3, 3, 4, I think it was. We'll know soon enough. I don't know where that guy went. But he should be coming up now. I think I saw him. Hi. So he should be coming up. I think he's having a couple struggles. I don't really want to wait. Oh, you're coming up. Come on, come on. Oh, you almost made it. You almost had that. Oh, okay, I will wait for this guy for like 10 more seconds. Cool. Let's see what the next vision has to offer, because we've gone through the... I guess that was a bridge that I crossed to get into this Shining Towers. So Big Bro, or God. Maybe I'm talking to God on my journey. Actually, that sounds like it could be it. No, there's just so many of the guys in the white robes. Wait. All of the guys in the murals are wearing white robes. Maybe they're all ghosts. But it looks like over the course of time, these buildings have grown taller and taller. I guess each king rising taller than the next. Some kind of that imagery. but tall enough to go into the clouds, and that is kind of an interesting thing to look at. Let's see here. I just can't believe that this guy is still with me on the journey. Did they fucking drop me? The guy dropped me. The enemy dropped me, I mean. Not enemy. Supporting cloth kite creature thing. So after waking up in a desert dune, I have now been whisked away to... Oh, Jesus Christ, it's a sand slider. Fucking... No. Oh, I hate these. Oh, already I'm doing bad. I want to try and hit every single arch that I can. For no real reason other than I am anally retentive. Or just plain anal. Okay, so these things are going to the right. I'm going to go to the right. Oh, I see a symbol. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't stop. Okay, good, I got it. Whew! Definitely not gonna get the archways that I was hoping for. Oh, yeah, I got one. I wonder if this automatically separates me from the other person, because we both went to the next level, but I didn't see them join the level. This better be fucking epic. Oh, nice. Oh shit, I see a symbol. No, get up there. Oh, awkward camera angles. Okay, what else do we have? So over here we have a banner. Whee! Over here we have a banner. So we already know what's going on here. Wait, this level had 3 symbols. Okay, what are you symbolizing over there? You've got something over here. Now I'm just gonna have Josh Groban stuck in my head every time I play this game. You raise me up. You know I can't sing. I don't care. But I do care with this, because it looks like a Roman Colosseum, and I really don't want to fight to the death. So yeah, let's just go have a bloody... maybe that's why I got a red robe. Maybe we fought to the death. Who knows? I mean, modern society is kind of brutal, so maybe this is a commentary on how modern society is very bloodthirsty, cutthroat. You know? I don't see any symbols, though. As far as I can see, anyway. But it's kind of like New Year's, all this confetti that keeps flying around. Plus, it usually leads to celebration, because at that point I, you know, have all of my scarf filled up. So I just see no symbols, although that one that was up there, that was a good one to find. So, I'm pretty sure we're done with this section. Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh! I see you. Hi, guy. Yeah, you're the same guy. Nice. So, I don't know where you were, but I just did all of this for us, so... You're welcome. Hey, I know we just met, but you want to touch scarves? You know, kind of raise each other up a little bit? Because I think that's what our intended course of action was for this game. Which is probably why they threw multiplayer in, so we can rejuvenate each other. Make each other feel jovial again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I see, Come on, Archway. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. I don't believe in me. But I believe in the you that believes in me. And that's kind of what matters. Ooh, what's in this? Well, that thing is just bringing me over. Ooh, a symbol! That guy just brought me right over to it, too. Let's go through this. Oh, shit. No, no. Yeah, yes. Oh, man, it's really hard to get through these. I really don't want to smack my face against it either, because it's kind of like... What do I do if I smack my face? Like, do I die? Do I start to level over again? Is there death in this game? I don't know. Oh, man, it's so bright. Oh, man, this is a beautiful image. I could get so many stills of this for my desktop wallpaper. This is magnificent. Like, ooh. If this was food, if it was Italian food, that would be a spicy meatball. Like, mwah. It's just, ooh, so good. So, so good. Hey, you. Come on, let's touch scarves. Want to rub our scarves together? Join them at the tips? Let's make the tips touch. And other things that I probably should not say in a game that is rated E for everyone. At least, I hope it's rated E for everyone, because there's no swearing, there's no dialogue. Ooh, is that somebody? Or did I miss a symbol? Oh. This is a beautiful jump. Before, don't run over there yet. There's nothing in that building. Let's check this. This is actually closed off. So I guess the bridge must have fallen out. You can kind of see the Wile E. Coyote art style there. Yeah, I mean, it looks like somebody was standing on the bridge, and then the middle of the bridge gave out, and there's just like poof cloud. That, you know, Wile E. Coyote goes, ooh, ooh, pew, and the poof cloud goes pew, and then he goes pew. What are you doing over here? You want to sit? Cool, I'll sit. Aw, you really did want to touch scarves with me. How cute. I might even shout this guy out, because he's been with me this whole journey. This is pretty cool. I don't know what else he wants me to do. He's just kind of sitting there. Thank you, sir, but I'm gonna head over this way now. Oh, oh, you found us. Found me. So there were 3 symbols in this level, not 4. Cool. What grand vision does the master have for me now? Is Big Bro looking out for me? Oh, shit, Big Bro is looking out for me, apparently. Or would that be like the Buddha? The Grand Poubelle. Poubelle. Poubelle? I forget what the French word is for that. One of them was garbage can, and one of them was like master or guru or whatever. It's Grand Poubelle, I think it was. So yeah, not the Grand Poubelle. For obvious reasons, that he is not garbage. But let's have fun with this. Let's... Ooh. Wait a second, they were tied to the scarf, and that just separated it. And what's this, though? Kind of looks like Magitech serpents, because I can see, like, the... Yes. Something tells me there was a giant war, and these people wiped themselves out, using their own technology. Kind of like the Magitech war in Final Fantasy VI, like the, well, Magitech armor and stuff like that. It would not surprise me if that was the case in this game, too. That being said, though, I find there's no loading screens in this game, which is really good. Loading screens are the oh no, where'd he go? Am I all alone now? Did you not follow me? Maybe that's what the mural meant by being separated. I'll give it like a couple of seconds and we'll see if he pops in. Maybe I just have to walk X amount of steps or something. But the mural did say we're all alone, so... Oh! Or was that just the... Anyone there? Hello, 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 hello. Is anybody there? No? Okay. Cool. Well, we'll have to see what we can do on this side of things then. By the way, for any of you who haven't actually played this game, it's probably a good idea not to watch this. I probably should have said that at the very beginning. But I'm kind of interested to hear your theories on what the story is so far, because I only have my interpretation of it, and that's based on murals that I'm seeing on the walls. And that's a very limited interpretation, because I only have the games and history that I know. You guys are probably going to have a whole lot more to offer to the storyline than I would. I don't even know if what I'm saying is correct. That game company is probably going to be like, hey, that's... Although I heard that they were okay with live streams and stuff like that in terms of user-friendly content. Or user-based content. Oh. Hey, guys. Oh! Hi, Symbol. Decisions. I want to see what's in here. No, get back here, fishies. Oh, you cock. Fine. Fine. Now, I did see a symbol in here, though, so that one we're definitely gonna pop in and grab. Excellent. So, just like in the desert, I'm gonna come over this hill and I am gonna see a cityscape. I'm calling it. It's a cityscape. Maybe. I'm having doubts now, because I'm underground, I just realized. City? Oh. Oh, 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 hey guy. I also see the symbol. I saw a sign, and it opened up my eyes. Am I underwater? Because this kind of looks like seaweed, honestly. Hey, guy. What the hell? Oh, it's a giant hill. Okay, this guy keeps running away from me. So I don't see anything up there that I would need. At least as far as I can see. I'll keep looking up, though. I feel like this is if there's any level that they would put a trick in it, it's going to be like the base of the seaweed down here, which I'll probably check as well, actually. No, there's nothing down here that I would need. So up it is. Cool. I don't see anything I need. Oh, now we do. Now we do. Get over here, you. Nice. So we're going to collect all the star drops. That's our goal in this game now. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, it is a city! It's like a sunken underground city. Or underwater city. Probably underground. But this is really cool. It's like almost underwater. I don't know where the other guy went though. I think he kind of vanished. I don't know what this is. Oh. Oh, that's not the player. That's a non-player character. Okay, the camera's forcing me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy... No, I don't have... Nope. Nope, run. Run. Where'd he go? Oh. This just turned into a stealth horror game now, didn't it? Oh. Holy God. I'm kind of using these videos, by the way, as a way to start speaking more. Start practicing my public speaking skills, stop saying and a lot, as well as to start expressing myself more, because I tend to bottle up my emotions a lot. And so, like, if I feel like I need to, like, cry or frown or whatever, I don't tend to do that. Even with anger. I might rant a little bit, but I don't fully express my anger. I tend to be, like, stoic as much as I can. Ooh. Ooh, that's deadly. It's very deadly. He was so fast, he rippled the sand. Did you see that? Oh, hi, Mural. Yeah, man. What you got? What's on you? What are you on? What's on you, actually? So this city produced these dragons things? Wyverns? Dragons? I don't know what terminology you want to use, but... apparently they're mass-produced because that mural kind of... it shows them coming out of a city tower. So I think they're, like... war machines. I have a really long scarf. I can jump. Mario style. Let's avoid this guy. I pretty much knew when I saw the first one come to life to avoid the main path. Let's hide. Hiding is good. Hiding means I can live longer. And tuck the left as always. So, those creatures are just... I want to say they're magnificent, but they're kind of blocky. But I guess they're the war... Hi, Symbol. I didn't expect you to be here, actually. But those machine things, where did they go? I swear they were just here. But it looks like they're the war machines from the past, so... that's actually pretty cool to notice. So nothing else new up here, as far as I can see. I'm hoping I didn't miss any murals, but I really don't want to deal with stealth horror. Horror, not horror. Oh god, oh god, oh god, please. Okay, you're paused. Please, please, don't hit me. Don't hit me. I want to live. Please, please, please. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. I really hope they didn't die, though, because that would just be unfortunate. Look at how glowy the sand is, though. Like, that is really pretty. I wonder if they just did like a flat texture and just kind of put like a spec map on it or something. Which wouldn't surprise me, because like the game is really, I want to say low file size. I want to say low file size. I don't know exactly how big the game is, but spec maps are really simple to do. It's just a matter of targeting black, white, and gray for how much it shines, and then when the light shines over to certain angles, you'd be able to see it. So Big Bro is looking out for me. Excellent. I still wonder if he's God. Or not Big Bro, God. Buddha type Big Bro, not like actual brother. So those are the dead, fallen, hooded creatures. And I guess as more of them pile up, the more dirt they pile up. So I guess that kind of explains the dead dunes or the sand dunes. But I find it interesting that the texture, they got the straight through clear line, but when they put the sand on top, they have the broken line. So I'm kind of wondering, is the sand after or before, or is that just me reading into things a little bit? So that's me. I'm assuming, because that's the only red. So the star. Does the star mean I've completed my journey, or am I still alive? Because all the other ones were laying dead on the ground. And this is the part of Journey that I'm kind of confused on. It's like, it's a great game, don't get me wrong, but I really want to know what the actual history is, or if it's supposed to be up to interpretation. That's kind of my big thing, I guess you call it. My big thing. Yeah. Never mind. But let's see here. So we have an underground, well, it looks like a rocket ship, actually. I'm calling it. It's a rocket ship. It's gotta be a rocket ship. That's a lot of cloth creatures, too. Maybe they're fueling the rocket. Oh, actually, that would be a good idea. Magical creatures fueling a rocket ship. As long as, you know, they actually fuel the rocket ship. I don't know where the guy went. He's kind of disappeared and went AWOL, so we're just going to continue without him. So that was... Wait a second, that was me at the very beginning of the journey. There's also 3 symbols in this level, from what I understand. Because this was me at the very start. I started on the dunes, and I walked up to the spires. So am I just fulfilling a prophecy at this point? Like, or have I actually gone through with free will? So if I know anything about this game, it's that these things will launch me over. Yes, it does. Or yes, it do. And that how the cuttlefish do. And I see another mural. Fuck. Mural. Mural. That was a terrible cock-up on pronunciation. Oh, just get over there. Come on, take the money and run. But not actually. Because that would be stealing. Okay, some more ribbon creatures, that's cool. So that was me and the ally, and we released those... Oh, that's what the kite creature symbol is. Those little square thing. They look like Tokipona. If you've never seen Tokipona, you should probably look it up, because it's actually a really cool Conlang. I really want to make a game that was done in Tokipona. I might actually do that. I might plan it out. But Tokipona is like a conglomeration. It's kind of like Esperanto. Oh, I just saw a flash of white. Somebody else in the game? But anyway, Tokipona is kind of like Esperanto in the fact that it takes the best of both languages. Or not both, multiple languages. Wait, I was already at this one. So I need to go up. Oh, you're over there. I will come to you, my child. You found a symbol for me. Are you the same guy? No, you're not the same guy. Because you have a different symbol above your head. So it's 3, 4, 4, 3, 3. So this one should be the 4. It's gotta be. This one says nothing. So there's the lunar whale, as I like to call him. It's just a really funny name for him. So that would be the underground section, I'm assuming, with the seaweed. Now you came out of a room. I want to see... Whoa. Get off of the lunar whale, you. I want to see what was in your room. Because I like going beyond the boundaries of the game. And there's not too much. Oh, the room is filling with magic! It's not just magic cloth creatures, the whole room is actually filling with magic, because all those cloths are lit up with the magic that my character has. That's cool. And that explains why my thing is powering up as I go up the floors, too. So I'm assuming this is a procession of kings. This would be like a royal burial chamber. And all the kings would have these things, I guess. Anything behind here, maybe? That's a really cool, like, I like the breadcrumb storytelling. It kind of reminds me of FromSoft, actually. Nothing around, nothing around, nothing around, nothing around. Ooh! Symbol! My symbol hasn't changed. I still wonder why it's a thing. A thing. Or maybe that's like an individual, like it randomly generates on a player-by-player basis. Which would also be pretty cool. Alright, let's ride this whale. That came out really wrong. Oh, hey. Can I get off of you, please? Ooh, 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 smack my face. Yeah, there we go. So I need to somehow get up there. This is a long scarf. What's this mural? Mural. Is that the bridge? Although that honestly just kind of gave away how to get up the rest of the tower. Not trying to be... What's the word? Sarcastic. But I kind of just gave away that, or that thing gave away the... Yeah. I pointed at the obvious. Wait, that's not... That's level 3? I'm at the top now, so that's good. That's cool. But I want to take a look at this tower even further, because there was a mural thing that I saw, and it was the 3 towers that lit up. Let's see. Also want to make sure I didn't forget any symbols. Because without notifications turned on, I can't see if I got like 100% completion on levels or whatever the trophies might be. So there's nothing in there. That's fine. Nothing in there, so that's fine. Oh, another one over here. That's... Huh. That's the little creature from Flow. Which, if you haven't played that on the PS3, that's actually, it's kind of fun, but hard to... Interesting. Well, it's now confirmed. Flower Journey and Flow are all part of the same world. But, let's see. But, like, back here, for example, there's a lot of behind-the-pillar stuff that you just don't really see. I think that's where it came from, actually. No, it's not. I lied. I'm sorry. I didn't lie. I was wrong. Here's an interesting question for you, though. Would you rather always be correct, never wrong? Or would, like, okay, let me reword this question. Would you rather have people always think you're correct? Or would you rather have people believe that you were lying about something? Because I know a lot of people, they're really vehemently against being wrong about things. To the point where they will try to twist every single word to justify their behavior. Okay, this is going really slow. I should not have came down here. It was cool to see the flow creature, though. Let me just see if this can boost me up, maybe. Like, it's really cool, but yeah, there's a lot of people who will lie, and sometimes they'll say they lied just to get past the fact that they were wrong, and I don't know which one's worse, like being wrong or just being a liar. Actually, being a liar is worse. Being wrong is fine. Being wrong means you're learning. Even in this game, being wrong, at least it doesn't have severe consequences. Let's get up here. Ah. Cool. What's going on? This whole white room thing kind of reminds me of 2 different other games as well. Kingdom Hearts, for Nominee's room, without the drawings on the walls, obviously. Oh, now we get to look back on my whole journey. Nice. Because I went down the hill and found the spires. There's the bridge, and I crossed that with an ally. Then we unleashed the cloth creatures to the tower. Slid down the landscape to the abandoned city to the underground where the seaweed grew the floors. Dragon chased us, and now we set this tower up. And now that we've done that, we're on our knees for Jesus, for the mountain. Not for Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel. But it's really cool seeing this. So that's me. I'm on the mural. I am part of a prophecy, apparently. Okay, looking at the snowy mountain in that picture. Ooh, I'm gonna get into the desert. No more sand. Oh, wait, it's gonna be ice sand. Or otherwise, as normal people would call it, snow. Fucking ice sand. What is wrong with me? It's like this one person online. They referred to their feet as leg hands, which led to the whole joke about hands being arm feet. Yeah. Ice sand. Otherwise called snow. This is a very casual game, honestly. Like, I haven't found too much difficulty on this. Even when I thought I was going to be off track, like when the symbol when I was sliding down, it was in the crevice in the cliff. Cloth creature practically brought me to it. So good on this game. It's kind of got this gentle push in the right direction, so you experience the journey as it was meant to be journeyed. But remember, guys, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey and the whole process of figuring things out along the way, which is kind of... I'm starting to see that after playing this. Although I just want to see the destination. A lot of people want to see the process, but I just want to see the result. Oh, shit. Well, I have another thing to avoid. Hooray for that. No other players that I can see, though. Unless there's somebody behind me that I... No? Okay. There's also a lot of stuff that I kind of miss when I play games, because I tend to focus on just powering through for the first time. So I probably missed a whole lot of other Easter eggs and goodies and stuff like that. So forgive me for that. But we're gonna just warm up here. There we go. Mad Dash. I'd say DoorDash, but no. Terrible reference. Don't want to reference fast food while I'm playing a game like Journey, where I'm going on a meditative journey for my health and... Actually, I'm probably going to die in this game. This journey is probably going to culminate in my death. I'm probably like the last remaining survivor of the tribe, revived by a falling star, and I'm on the journey to join the sacred mountain with everybody else. Hooray for Mount Gagazet. I need to stop making Final Fantasy X references. It's not even my favorite Final Fantasy game. It's like 4th or 5th on my list. I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for that, actually. But who cares? Everyone's got their own preference. I mean, like 8, 6, 9... Actually, 8? Yeah, 8, 6, 9. The entire 13 trilogy, I actually love the 13 trilogy. I'm gonna get bashed for that. Somebody's gonna come back and they're gonna... Yeah. But... You'll probably learn more about that when I do my Final Fantasy playthroughs, which is coming up soon. Spoiler alert! And then 10 would be after the 13 trilogy. Although 14... I have a love-hate relationship with 14. I love the graphics. love the gameplay style. I'd love to make games in that graphic style. But just it's such a slog getting through quests and just I hate games that you have to rely on other players to be online. Oh shit, I just realized this is one of those. It doesn't feel like a multiplayer game, this one though. Final Fantasy 14 though, it's like cool, you have your I'm losing the word. What's the word? You have your character and you can change classes at any time. There's nothing up that way. Whoops. So Final Fantasy 14 doesn't feel so bad. Just when you're trying to join parties for like not level quests, what was it called? Not instance raids. Guild hests. When you're going together for guild hests. Was it guild hests? The one where you need 100 of them in order to get the trophy. It basically teaches you the mechanics of the game without getting too grindy. It helps you level up a little bit first as well. But level quests are the ones at the bottom. I think guild hests are the one that you go through the regular channel. Yeah, whatever they were, that one is a bit of a grind. And you need to rely on other people to be on there because it doesn't fill the world in with bots. So, hooray. Hey there, Fountain of Youth. Of Ute. Oh yeah. Gravestone. Oh shit, something lit up. Warm me up. Ooh, nice. Raise me up, Scotty. Oh, I smacked a wall. Okay. Is there nothing up there? Why would you lift me up? Oh, there is something up there. Come on. So I need to jump. Oh, nice. A mural. I just need to stop saying mural. So this would be, again, a war where they took each other out, probably. I'm actually kind of curious, though. When it comes to lasers, what happens if two lasers hit each other? Do they go through each other? Because they're technically not solid. They're energy. But energy can sort of smack against something and knock it backwards. But would it also be able to do the same thing with other energy? So I wonder what would happen in the case when those two on the mural shot each other. These are the questions. The real questions that you need to ask yourself every time you play a game. Question everything. Now, when I say question everything, I literally mean question everything. That is the best way that you can learn. So I'm probably going to go on the little Wikipedia over there at the end of this video, and I'm going to look up what happens when two lasers hit each other at all. Ooh, my character's frozen. Probably wants to build a snowman at this point. Actually, I'm going to Google that while I'm walking. Oh shit, there's a dragon there. Let's use this cloth first. Cool. So let's Google what happens when two lasers hit each other? What happens when two lasers intersect? So they do not stop each other. In fact, they usually behave as though the other is not there at all. This is because light is a wave, and usually waves cross each other without interacting. Fun. I don't trust this dragon to not come out of his hiding place. In fact, I don't trust this dragon at all. Straight up. But we'll see what happens. Oh no, he's coming. He's coming. He's a-coming. Or he's gonna chase those kite creatures. Nope, he's coming. Where'd he go? Over there? Oh, don't do this to me, wind. Wind is not my friend in games, by the way. Like, at all. Wind and random number generator are my two terrible things. There's a stone over there, so I think I need to go up there next. So this is a pretty epic climax for the game. I'm assuming it's a climax, because it just showed me my entire frickin' journey. There's no way it can't be a climax. I swear, Dragon, if you freaking spot me and attack me, I do not want to start this level over from the beginning because of how many freaking start stops there are. Oh, come on, wind. Stop it. Yeah, wind has always been my least favorite thing. There's an old golf game, I think it was Lynx LS or Jack Nicholson Golf or something like that, whatever it was back on like the old Windows systems. They used to have varying wind, and every time I would play the golf game, I'd be like, oh yeah, I got this lined up perfectly, calculated whatever I needed to shoot at, and yes, this is me as a kid trying to calculate the angle I needed to shoot. I didn't wail on it constantly. Like, I'd actually line my golfer up and be like, okay, I need to be at this angle, the wind took me that much last time, blah, 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 and then the varying wind would fucking take my ball off course, so hooray for that. What do we got here? So, what? Everything was starting to make sense about the old civilizations collapsing and machines, and now a procession of... Is this the Spirit Mountain? Am I dead? Am I stuck in a loop? Am I here to free the ghosts of my ancestors? I have no idea what the circumstance is. This better be snow. Because after calling it ice sand, way too much. You know, just not ideal. Let's go... Ah, fuck it, let's go this way. Okay, this thing sounds like a freaking whale. Have you ever seen the, sorry, not seen. Have you ever heard the whale animal talking to each other? Because honestly, that's what these things... Did I just see a person fall? That can't have been a person. No, it wasn't a person, okay. Oh, that's so bright, too. Come on there, dragon. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, please, for God, don't turn around, don't turn around, don't turn around, don't turn around, don't turn around! Don't turn around! Ooh. Ooh. And there's a sound I should never make in my life ever again. Oh, I'm nervous now. That is a little too close for comfort. So I've went from out of the frying pan and into the freezer, as Tidus would call it. Oh, fuck, the Final Fantasy X references. Just what is wrong with me? Okay. So you're going to scooch that way, and I'm going to scooch this way. You'll do you, and I'll do me. And let's leave that way, because that's how it was meant to be. Here we go. Oh, I'll say. Get in the hole, you. And that's what she said. I gotta get my obligatory that's what she said joke in. Oh, come on. No. Don't. No. 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 There we go. And we've scooched in. Excellent. Nothing wrong with scooching in, as long as you get in there. I say a lot of things that can be taken into context in retrospect. Whoopsies. Whoopsie doodle. This is probably going to be one of my more talkative videos. But there's nothing wrong with that. I'm kind of showcasing the game a little bit, and you're going to see a little bit more of my personality in this, so hooray! You get to lose out on both counts. You get spoilers, and you get to deal with me. I'm kidding, by the way. Well, sort of. Well, no. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. Forewarning, singing will happen. I'll get better over time. I'll practice. Do, 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 do. There's a place I know. It's called Home Sweet Home. But it's not the video game because that was a terrifying freaking experience. Whee! Excellent. This is actually really cool because you can see all those like little white flecks, and like you don't need high-def snowflakes. You don't need high-def anything in games. Graphics do not matter in video games as long as it's engaging and you have some semblance of thing. So for example, when you look at a lot of the newer games like I think Ghost of Tsushima, I really have trouble saying that. I keep saying goats almost. So Ghost of Tsushima. Fuck, I can't say that. In the car yesterday, I kept saying goats. Oh, the goat simulator is pretty fun. Anyway, Ghost of Tsushima. Last of Us 2, Last of Us 1 I haven't even gotten around to yet, so that's going to be a fun one. A lot of these games have a lot of like high-def graphics. Like, how do I word that? There's a lot of value put on how beautiful the games are cinematographically. I can't with the words. The words today are just not wording. But they make the game look as beautiful and hyper-realistic as possible. I find that that's not always the best thing, because there's this thing called the uncanny valley, where the more like a real living thing something looks like or acts like, the more creeped out humans get by it to a certain point. It's like okay, cool, it's beautiful, and then okay, this is kind of creepy. Oof. Come on there, Queen Himiko, don't keep me on this island. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. I feel like I need to start making a little side comments, not like this, of what games I'm referencing. Ooh, my scarf is disappearing. No! How dare you? And scarf gone. I'm probably gonna die. But I'm gonna follow these gravestones up the mountain path, and I will get to the... Ooh, I see another one further in the distance. Well, bye-bye, sunken city of not Xanarkand. We are going up Mount Gagazet, not Mount Gagazet. Praise be to not Yevon. We are going to perform ascending for myself, because at this point I'm pretty sure I'm going to die. How many gravestones are there? Are these like other people have died on the way, or... Man, some people must have really sucked at this game to have died on this mountain. I'm kidding, by the way. Obviously, games can be a learning curve. The hell? I swore I just saw a little white orb floating out. I really wanted to see Boundary Break do an episode of this. I might even tweet them and be like, hey, have you ever done a... I'll try to look up if they've actually done it first, but... I made it further than you, numbskulls. I made it up the mountain. What did you do? Okay, I'm walking really slowly. I'm gonna die. I don't see any gravestones up this way. I'm away from the city. Okay, you are walking ridiculously slowly. I don't like that you're walking that slow. Please don't. Oh. The mountain, it feels like... Oh, I died. When I was younger, I used to go for walks with my mom down the road back home. And I found that when I was walking down a really long, straight road, if I stared at the distance while I was walking, it felt like the distance was slowly creeping further away from me. I don't know if that's like a perspective thing. It's like your brain feels like you're walking faster than you actually are. And so your brain is like, oh, it's closer. Wait, no. And your eyes are just adjusting to that. Oh, shit. I've seen enough bad porn to know where this is going. Not actually. I don't watch that shit. Terrible idea. So the computer aids, otherwise known as a Trojan virus. Which, ironically, can also fit for sex. Because Trojan condoms. So I've been revived. Cool. That's a good... No, I'm not revived. I'm in the spirit world. Maybe. Please don't tell me my power level's over 9,000. What do you want me to do? Oh, shit, you're jumping. Okay. Okay. Ooh, shit, avoid them. Oh, shit. I'm not in VR. I need to stop jerking my head. Also, that's what he said. Interesting. I don't know how many levels I got symbols in, but I'm assuming this is the last level. I don't know where the other guy went, though. He kind of up and vanished. He really up and vanished, didn't he? Whee! Woo! Take me away! Country roads, take me home. Please don't actually. I hate that song. I don't hate the song. I hate that people keep referencing the song. There was like a Take Me Home version that had like Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You in it. And my coworker played the entire song on repeat the entire way home one day. And I was just like, this is an interesting mix. I want to go up the mountain. What up, mountain? Okay, mountain does not want me to go up. Oh, there's a slider. Cool. Hi, slider. Whee! Ooh, shit, avoid that sand. Or, ice sand. The ice sand really slaps you in the face, doesn't it? Just takes out his 2 tickets to the gun show and just goes... You know? What's with the cloth seaweed on a mountain, though? Like, I understand the underground part, because I thought that was underwater. But this one here, it's like, what is making it float? I suppose it is grass. Grass does tend to... Yeah, maybe it's just got strong spires. But no, it's so flimsy. What is going on with it? Oh, get up there, you. There we go. On top of the world. Oh, the music just hit that. Oh. That really slaps. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling that. The soundtrack to this game is freaking great, though. Kind of reminds me of, like, when you watch all, like, not old, but, like Lord of the Rings or something like that. They got these, like, really intense moments between characters that, like, they're on an epic journey and, like, their friendship has finally matured and blossomed into, like, a full-on brotherly bond. Like, that is the feeling I'm getting from this music. Well, everything is going upstream. So we're going up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. That's good to know. Shit Creek, not Schitt's Creek. Oh, I smack dabbed my face in the middle of that. That's great. Okay. Let's see what we got going on up. Oh, are you a person? No, you're a Luna whale. It's interesting to see people in this game, though. Like, jump. I would love to work for that game company. After seeing this, whew. Here's a note out to you, that game company. So that this is gonna be a really funny sentence. So that game company that developed Journey, and then people are gonna be like, which game company? And you can be like, that game company. And like, which one? I just think that's so funny. That might have been part of their gimmick. I don't know. I'm not them. But hey, I've got a 3D design background. I also have acting background. You need a voice actor? You contact me. I am willing to do it. For cheap. 3D animation? I will take some hours out of my week and I will do it for you. Because these games are beautiful. I would love to be a part of that team. Same thing goes for DICE, but I'll mention them when I get into Mirror's Edge a little bit. If I get into Mirror's Edge, because I did Platinum Mirror's Edge already, so it wouldn't really be a fair blind playthrough. Although I could just play through it and rage at all the time trials, but still. I just feel like it wouldn't be as entertaining because it's not as blind. But who knows? Maybe it'll be worth it. Who knows? You never know what the future has to offer. And I know probably at this point I'm known as the guy who plays through Final Fantasy VIII and DOS. Hopefully I'm going to try and do a little bit more variety, and we'll see what we can do on that. This is a really, like, I must be dying. Oh, I still have to use my stick. Okay. But I must be dying. Like, the whole phrase of don't walk into the light, I'm definitely walking into the light right now. So, you know, take from that what you will. But I'm just wondering why this one character is still alive out of, well, I suppose all the other people are there too. Unless we're in the aftermath of the machine war, I'm going to call it. Machina war. Oh, still gotta use my freaking stick. Just one note for you, that game company. These really long tilt the stick forward to walk moments. Unless you're really building up suspense for something major, not the best idea. I really don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, finally. The screen blipped black a little bit, so obviously it's a cutscene now. It's just... there's just nothing going on. It's just a white screen with your gray character. And that for me is just kind of like, are you just adding minutes to playtime for the sake of adding minutes? That's kind of what it feels like. That's all. So there better be something epic that follows. Maybe. We'll see. Nope, it's just a cut of the gravestone. Oh, actually, that's my gravestone, probably. And the symbol just vanished off the gravestone as the mountain lights up. And there's... I'm assuming that's me flying in the mountain. So it's kind of cool, though. The whole thank you for playing Journey. Which is not bad. Created by That Game Company. Which game company? That Game Company. I love the gimmick. It's like, it's a whole who's on first moment with, like, Abbott and Costello. Who's on first? I don't know. No, he's on third. You know, like... I'm really liking the whole gimmick on that one, so yeah, it's fine. But I'm curious to see where this is going, because that mountain just erupted with a spirit. Or a light. So I'm wondering where this is leading. Ingrown fingernail. Music composed by Austin Wintory. Nice. Might need to follow him as a composer, because this is beautiful music. Whoever did the vocals for this game, though, oh, these are on point. These really are. I mean, I kind of expected it to be on point because it is kind of a bigger production. I know Flow and Flower were kind of lower scale. I mean, Flower was pretty high scale itself, but Flow was kind of like, here's like 8 levels deep and you just eat the food as you go. But, just, oh man, this... Ooh, whoever's doing the vocals for this, they have the right voice. It's like a toned down version of Stream of Passion. Or for those of you who haven't heard of Stream of Passion, I think they're progressive rock. Let me just check. Stream of Passion. Dutch progressive metal band. They were just really... Like, back in the day, I loved listening to them. Diana Volvio, I think was her name. Because Marcella Bovio, she was the singer, the violinist, and the lyricist. I think that was her. Oh man, I'm coming back into the... Elphonia. Elements of progressive and ambient. Yep, there it is. So that's kind of where I'm getting that from. Elphonia is the experimental rock band that has progressive and ambient music. So that whole ambient thing, that's kind of fitting in here with her background. And that's where I'm drawing that reference to her. I'm not saying it's the same person, because I probably just accidentally skipped over that entirely. Let's just take a quick look. Journey vocalist. Let's just find it. Okay, not Journey the band, Journey game. Journey game vocalist. There we go. Not the band. Stop bringing the band. Jesus. Localization, blah blah blah. Previously worked on that game company on the soundtrack for Flow, blah blah blah. Da, 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 da. There's a lot of special thanks on there. Wintory chose to base all the pieces on one theme which stood for the player and their journey, with cello solos especially representing the player. Big cello concerto where you are the soloist and all the rest of the instruments represent the world around you, blah blah blah. Vocal. No vocal. Okay. Oh, apparently the cloth things that you find when you do that whole boom, it's actually singing. Didn't realize that. Apparently I found 6 different players. 6 different players. So Claude RZV, he was the one that was with me for like 4 or 5 levels. So Claude, I recognize your symbol, and you were great. Capusta Art. I wonder if that's actually like a... Is he advertising himself there? Capusta Art. Maybe. Artyom Kapusta. Okay, cool. So interestingly enough, though, when you play through this game, like when you get back to the beginning and click on... When you click on New Journey anyway, you're here. But when you get to the end of the game, it actually drags you as a spirit back through all the levels, and then you're back at the beginning. So this is kind of making me wonder. Is this a endless loop where I'm stuck here trying to help other people on their journey? Or is it just kind of a gimmick to get you back to the beginning of the game? That's kind of what I'm wondering. So all the levels should be open now, which it is. I lost my cloth apparently, so that's freaking great. Any people down here? Okay. Whoa, that really rose me up. How high in the sky can I go? This is actually a question I'm wondering now. Something tells me I've hit my peak. Both in-game and out-of-game. That was a really freaking high... We're going to see what this does now. Because apparently these little tendrils grew out of the ground, and that's something... Oh, I read it the wrong way. It wasn't like a Japanese script where you go right to left. Let's just look at it from the front. And then it goes down like... Well, like Japanese script. Kind of wondering if they were meant to include a couple more levels in there, because I feel like that could have been balanced a little better. Because if there's only 6 levels, why put 4 and 2, you know? Maybe there's a couple of extra, like, DLC coming or something. Who knows? Actually, probably not. It's a PS3 game. But what's in here? That lit up and... Oh, shit. No, wait. I turned white. What? Cool. It's a new costume. Excellent. So that doesn't really do a whole lot, but that's okay. Oh, it regenerates. Okay. That makes a whole lot more sense now. Okay. That's cool. I like that. Except for the fact that you have to find all the symbols to get it. But I guess if you're just playing through a whole new journey again, it makes it go faster. My guess. That would have been really helpful crossing the desert to get to all those freaking cloth creatures and symbols and stuff like that. That would be really helpful, actually. It's so pretty, though. It really is. With the gold trim around the edge. I swear to God, if you guys come back to me and you say that's a blue dress with... No. No. Just no. It's white with gold. It's not like that dress that went viral a few years ago on freaking Facebook and the internet. It's not that dress. But no, that's really cool. That's interesting. But I think we've kind of tapped out this game. I think we got all the history that we possibly can from it. I think we found everything that the game has to offer, unless there's any secret Easter eggs hidden up in the desert that I might have missed. Which I probably did, so if you guys found any other Easter eggs, feel free to drop them down below. But I think what I got, I'll just take a look. trophy-wise, that flow creature was actually part of it. I just realized. And so was the mirage flower in the desert. It didn't pop up and say mirage, but it is a mirage. Cool. So there's no other Easter eggs that I can see, unless they were strictly alluding to that game company's games. But no, this has been a really, really beautiful game to play. I loved every second of that. That was just great. Ooh, my elbow's cracked. Well done, that game company. That was beautiful. 10 out of 10, I would play that again. Gameplay-wise, not too repetitive. Music, freaking great. Graphics, doesn't have to be hyper-realistic to be effective. Great. Minimalistic style is not a bad thing. Oh, but the grains of sand, they're so beautiful. I don't even like sand. I don't like deserts at all. It's the wide open space, the hot air, the dry sand, except for cactuses. I like cactuses. But I hate deserts so much. But this game was so beautifully done that I like the desert. Oh, man. Anyway, now that I've been on a rant about deserts and you guys have heard my terrible singing, I am going to go make some supper. And as always, if you have any recommendations for games, drop them in the box down below. If you like what you're seeing, click the like, hit the subscribe button, whatever you want to do. Free will. If I'm a part of your journey, allow me to be part of your journey. If not, I wish you the greatest on your journeys. And as always, have fun gaming out there. And to use the age-old catchphrase that it's a terrible pun, but to use that old phrase, Laguna Matata.